Hello. Welcome. It's Wednesday once again. Alright, we got the chat out here. You choose the window. Check it out. Check it out, everyone. We got this one. Right, I forgot to resize the window again. Classic mistake. There it is. Alright, so this is here. And then you social distance and you make it larger. And now the window is here. Everyone is messages. Yes, that's right. Everyone is messages. You right there, you is messages. Everyone's messages can be read. Alright, welcome Stream Elements, welcome Freckleen, welcome Saw, welcome Hamflo, Cole, Stanley, You're Wonderful, Slime Molder. Your messages. You right there, you are the messages. Never forget. Messages are here. Anyway, I feel like every time I start up my headset, it takes way longer. I remember like when I first got it, it would start up pretty fast. But now it's like, you know, after work is over, I rush, I turn on the stream, I start streaming, and then I go get my water, I go to the bathroom, and then I come back, I put the headset on, I turn it on. And it took like 2 to 3 minutes to actually fully boot up, which is unacceptable. Look at that latency, look at that delay, man. I guess I could just like maybe like before I start streaming, I could turn on the headset and then just leave it plugged in. It's a possibility I could do. But that's, you know, that's a common thing sometimes. Electronics take longer to start up. Remember like back in the 90s, when you would have like your PC, you would leave it on. I guess not everyone leaves it on, but some people, they leave their PC on. Because otherwise it takes a really long time for it to start up. Remember that back in the day, you turn on your computer, you see all the booting screen, it loads up, gotta wait so long. But I find that my PC turns on pretty fast. I fully shut down my PC. And then when I turn it back on, it's like, you know, less than 30 seconds. Usually put yours to sleep rather than turning it off. I used to do that. And then it stopped. Because there was no real reason to be doing that. Also sometimes the PC would like turn on overnight. Or like, you know, when it's doing like the background task checking. Sometimes sometimes it'll just turn on my screen at night and I'm like, that's annoying. I don't know why it does that. Some sort of background task just like wakes up the screen, and then I wake up and it's like, oh man, it's so bright. What the heck is happening? And then I started turning it off and it doesn't happen anymore. Happened to you for a while. Hamflo always shuts off his PC. He also turns off his Switch. You notice this? Like at the end of his Nintendo Switch gaming streams, he will actually turn off the Switch. I don't think I've turned off my Switch in like years. I feel like my Nintendo Switch has been on for like for a very long time now. I guess it's like a similar thing with like iPads and phones. I feel like most people don't turn their phones off. Or their iPads off. Welcome Deffins as well. Welcome Choco Jacks. Yeah, your phone is always on. Why would you have the phone off? That's weird. Put the PS5 into rest mode. Yeah, because like it's always plugged in. A phone is different. What about an iPad though? I'll restart it. Yeah, it's like when you have to like update your phone. It always sucks to like restart your phone, and then it's like, oh man, it's like, sorry, not even restart, but like to update your phone, you know? There's like a new version of iOS or whatever. and then like you can't use it for like several minutes. You're like, man, what am I supposed to do now? Something else? You're telling me I have to look at a different screen instead of my phone? Messed up. You know, yeah, sometimes you'll restart. It's rare though. I remember specifically when I was in college, one of my classmates, he got a new Android tablet, and every time he took it out just to check something, he would turn it back on because when he puts it back into his backpack, that tablet is off. He like took it out for a few seconds to like check something, and then I saw him like turn off the tablet, and I'm like, what are you doing this every time? You turn on your tablet, use it for like 5 minutes, and then turn it back off. And he was like, yeah, it saves the battery. And I was like, you know, I've had a tablet, and the battery lasts a very long time. And then I think that's when he learned. He was like, you know, maybe I should leave it on. And then he did, and it was fine. Sometimes those updates take a surprisingly long time given their small size, right? I'm surprised about that. Like, why do iOS updates take so long? I think they usually schedule them to be done overnight. But they also make it so that your phone has to be plugged in, you know? Because they don't want your phone to die while it's updating, you know, in terms of battery. But since I never plug my phone in overnight, it never does it overnight. And then I have to manually do it. Like every day I wake up, there's like a pop-up that's like, hey, we couldn't update your OS because it was not plugged in overnight. Please, we'll try again at 2 a.m. today. And I'm like, that's not happening. It's not happening today either. And then one day I'll remember to do it. That's how it is. Back in the day, some devices had absolutely horrendous battery life. Now, I feel like even back then, this was like 2012. Tablets were still pretty good with battery life, even if you didn't turn them off. Old laptop was basically unusable unless it was plugged in. Actually, I think that is true for my old laptop as well. But tablets, you know, tablets are pretty good. Nowadays, batteries, they're just built different. I mean, in a literal sense, you can't replace a battery now. Back in the day, you could replace your battery, but now, no. It's soldered on. Can't remove it. Once your battery dies, you gotta go in there. You gotta get specialized help to replace those batteries. SMH my head. But anyway, glad there was no software updates today. I was worried that it would turn on my my headset, and then it would be like, "Hey, we have an update today." Nope, no such thing. Which is nice. I was only a few minutes late. You know, I normally start exactly at 5, which happened today. But I normally leave the loading screen at 5:05, and today it was 5:07. Which is 2 minutes later than it could have been. But if my headset had turned on earlier, I would have been here at 5:05. It does help make things thinner. Old laptop was a chunky lad. Yeah, they're built so different now. They're so thin. I remember when they used to call them, the really thin laptops, they called them Ultrabooks. Because they were so thin. You're like, this isn't a laptop. This is an Ultrabook. Look at how ultra thin it is. And you look at it and you go, whoa, that is really thin. How did they get it that thin? Do they still call them Ultrabooks? I guess like thick laptops are still common if you buy a gaming laptop. But they're not as chunky as the ones that we used to have. I remember like when I was in high school and they were adding like laptops. This was back before Chromebooks were a thing. They would have these like really, really thick laptops. And I could not imagine carrying those home. Welcome, Brooke. It is in fact Wednesday. But anyway, we're not about that life anymore. Learned in Japan they call them pasokon. That's just personal computer though. Yeah. That's just a general term. I got pinged on Slack. It's when you get mentioned on a thread. A thread with like the whole team. And now they're gonna respond. Gonna hear more pings. Maybe the term was more specific. Yeah, I think pasokon is just like a general like... Ow. Just a general term for PC. So I'm watching that new Japanese learning game. Oh yeah, Shashingo. I was watching someone play that yesterday. The map looks a lot smaller than I thought it would be. He was kind of like going to the same few places over and over again. Also, welcome, Nutritious. I miss that laptops don't have a CD-ROM anymore. I don't miss that. Because, like, how often do you actually have to use one? Never. Unless, I guess, if you're in Japan. Because in Japan, they do use CDs a lot for music still. But I think the last time I had to use a CD was just, was actually when I got back from Japan and I had CDs that I couldn't use. You still buy them. Do they still sell them in a lot of places? I feel like a lot of, like, music stores don't exist anymore. But I guess it also depends on the music. If you're listening to a lot of, like, Japanese music, yeah, there's definitely a lot of CDs. CD drives. CD drives? How could they... You're telling me this CD drives... I find that hard to believe. It doesn't even have wheels. There's no steering wheel in there. It made a nice noise when they closed and spun up. I do like those sounds though. It was cool. Did I welcome Cole? I feel like I did. I did in fact welcome Cole. My CD yeah, CDs. Got them. CD pilots. CDs pilots. Yeah, CD drive. How could the CD even drive? That makes no sense. But yeah, last time, I've talked about this. Last time I had to use a CD was when I came back from Japan, and I had a bunch of the CDs are right here actually. You could hear them. I bought a bunch of Aikatsu OSTs and a bunch of CDs, but I had no CD drive to actually put them in to rip the music off from. Also, welcome Ranmu. And I was like, oh man, I need to go get one. So I ordered online, and I was like, hey, this external CD drive is really cheap, let me get it. And then I bought it, and it got here. And then I opened up the box, and I was like, this is just like there's no CD reader in here. This is just like an enclosure or something. I was like, did I get ripped off? Did I order something and then someone like pulled out the CD reader from inside? But no, it ended up that I just bought a CD drive enclosure, which I didn't know they sold, but I was like, then I looked at what I ordered and I was like, oh yeah, I guess that's why it was so cheap. It was just an enclosure to put your CD drive reader into. And then since they have a physical store, I brought it to the store to return. And I was like, they were like, what's wrong with it? And I'm just like, it's not what I thought I was ordering. And he was like, okay. And then he was like, we can give you a refund, you can get store credit. And then I was like, okay, but I want to buy like an actual CD reader. So he was like, okay, we can do that. And then I got one. And then I never used it. I still have it. At that point, I was like, this is too much effort. And then I never actually checked it out. I mean, I still have it. Also, welcome, Michael. Welcome, Calfriend. Streaming a Raging Loop. What is that? Raging Loop. Infinite throat pain. What's Raging Loop? That's the opposite of Woo Loop. Woo Loop is like a calm loop, but you were out there raging. Hopefully you were not raging too much. I noticed you had no unified raid message today. What is this? You got two different people sending different messages. There's no unity. You gotta go into the stream and say Michael Raid, okay? Show up here with your different emotes. Yeah, that's right. Michael Raid, there it is. Visual novel in the same vein as Danganronpa, or Your Turn to Die. I see. I've never played those. Handful, you were not there. You were not one of the viewers, okay? He didn't even finish talking. I can't believe. See, here's the strat for not getting cut off. When you are the raider, when you're the streamer and you're sending a raid, there's like a little countdown. But then like once it goes down far enough, there's a countdown. It starts from 10 and then it counts down to 0. That's when you stop talking. Okay, that's when you're like, okay, that's when I stop talking. You notice that? When I send the raid, I'm like waiting for that countdown to go. And then I'm like, okay, the countdown is going, I'm gonna stop talking now. And then that's when I stop talking. And I don't get cut off, I think. At least I hope not. Because if I did, I would have to reassess my entire life. Cool raid. You were talking too much. It's the Infinite Throat Pain because it's a visual novel and you talk for 5.5 hours. That's a long time. Yeah, I don't think I would ever play a visual novel on stream. Because that's all reading. Who has time to read that much dialogue? Not me. When I do dialogue in games, I just skip over them. I read them in my head, and then I just advance the dialogue. And sometimes I'll do like a general summary. I'll be like, okay, they're talking about the orb. Okay, the orb is used for evil. Okay, I see. This orb, the evil lord is in charge of the orb. And then at the end of their dialogue, I'll just summarize. I'll be like, okay, they want me to go here. They want me to go here, kill 5 of this creature, come back, bring them the 5 bones of the creature to receive a reward. And then I go do it. Although I guess that doesn't happen in visual novels. Yeah, what if they had visual novels, but they use like MMO sort of mechanics? Like mundane things like grinding for like 5 of the same enemy. That's like a very MMO specific thing. Like you talk to an NPC. Also the bears over there. You seeing this? You know what? Let's not. We already know the bears there. But imagine they had like a visual novel. And it's like, hey, welcome to my town. Oh, I would love to do this, but there are 5 boars in the way. I need you to kill 5 boars and get me 5 boar tusks. And then you advance the dialogue and it's like, I go to the meadow. I see 10 boars. Choose dialogue option number 1. Fight boar. You fight the boar. You attack the boar. You dodge the boar's tusks. Second boar. You have the second boar. The first boar did not drop any boar tusks. I can do that. Visual novels are hard to stream, right? There's not much to talk about in a visual novel stream. Just reading the text and the chat is like, I don't know what's happening. Someone shows up 2 hours in and they're like, I don't understand. And then someone shows up and is like, did he get to the part where spoiler? And the streamer's like, no, I'm not up to there yet. I can't believe you would spoil. And then they're like, oh, I can't wait until he gets to this one. Oh, this part's coming up? Oh man, he's gonna hate this part. I love when this part happens. Oh, he doesn't even know. He doesn't even know. He doesn't know what's gonna happen. That's what happens. No, just not read it out loud. It's definitely not worse when I stream the Frog Detective games. Oh yeah, that one does have a lot of reading as well. Kind of pushing it for you when the game was voice acted anyway. Positive. Oh yeah, those, I feel like it's kind of annoying. Cause like, if you have a game that has voice acting, they always talk slower than I can read. So like, I'm either waiting for them, I never actually wait for them to finish their dialogue. If there's a thing where you can skip the dialogue, I'll just like read it and then I'll just press A, and then they'll get like 10% through their sentence. Which I feel like kind of defeats the purpose of voice acting. Like, I don't fully appreciate it because I'm impatient. Also, welcome Warfish. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of voice acting, but some games they do the thing where they like voice part of the line. Right? It's like, I think that's okay, but also it's kind of weird. They'll say like if it's a line that has like 2 sentences, they'll say the first sentence or like the first few words, and then they'll just not read the rest of it. That's kind of weird a bit. Also, welcome to his channel. Yes, I'm fishing. I'm positive those exist. I played one, but can't remember what it is. A lot of gacha games are just VNs with... That is also true. Gacha games... There's a lot of those. A lot of dialogue, especially if you play Genshin. There's a lot of Genshin dialogue. Honkai Star Rail. A lot of reading. I've skipped all of it. When I used to play Genshin, I skipped all the lore. Because it didn't matter to me. I was just like, okay, just let me fight the slimes or whatever. I just want to explore. I just want to go on this mountain. Just let me fight the boss. Cat and Release, where you were going to move out but decided to keep renting since you got a new pet. What is that? Release? How is that related to moving? Release? Like releasing your lease? Oh, the lease. I see. I understand. To lease something, to re-lease? I get it. Classic. That makes so much sense. Sometimes you gotta think hard for these kind of things, but I appreciated that one. Classic joke. Classic use of the word lease in multiple ways. Not even ironic. I truly mean this. Let's see, unless it's like actual cutscene voices, Genshin dialogue is distressing because there's both no skip and no replay. You have to manually go through it. No, I thought you could go through it. There's definitely a skip. Oh no, there isn't a skip. You just have to like... You just have to like button mash your way through the dialogue, right? I think. I don't know. I thought they had a skip. I don't know. It's been a long time since I played. I feel like a lot of like text-heavy games have like a voice log sort of thing, right? Where you could like scroll back and see what they said. But I guess Genshin doesn't have that. I don't know. Welcome Tag Barrel. I feel like getting invested in gacha stories is something to be avoided. But some people say the Genshin story is actually pretty good. Or at least I know Zoli says that. I personally did not care for it. I have no emotional attachment to any of these characters. It's just not for me. You have to mash click and wait through all the animations and scenes. It can still take 20 minutes. Yeah, that was annoying. There is autoplay. There's not a log in Genshin. You still have to pay attention to the random dialogue choices. Do you though? Because I feel like when I played, none of the dialogue options mattered. That's a common thing in games. It just affects the dialogue that they say, but then after that, it's like, doesn't really matter. You might miss out on a funny line or whatever. Oh, auto won't proceed. I see, that's what you mean. Yeah, your choices don't matter in those games. You'll choose something, and then it'll just be like, it'll affect one line of dialogue. Doesn't affect progression or branching stories or anything. There's a game Cat Goes Fishing, but I don't think you can release fish you've caught. I have seen that one. I think when I checked a long time ago, the reviews weren't that great, so I didn't buy it. I think I've seen some people stream it. I mean, I didn't watch the streams, but I saw the fact that some people have streamed it. They say it's good to make you pay for more content. Genshin? You're paying for the characters. I don't know. It's hard to get into an MMO. Sorry, not an MMO. Gacha game. But also an MMO. It's hard to get into MMOs again. Genshin Store really doesn't take off until like mid-Liyue, which is way too long. That's what I've heard as well. That Star Rail story was okay. I do not know anything. Yeah, also, yes, they are also designed not to end. But they have like different arcs though, right? It's like as they release new content, they have like mini stories that wrap up, sort of. But yeah, the long term, it never ends. Just doesn't go. Auto, gacha stories. Genshin is one of the better gachas in terms of being totally playable for free and not need to gacha at all. I see. Yeah, I do like that. That's the thing about gacha, is that the content is paid for by the few people that pay a ton of money. Is it okay to talk about you? Is it though? You went to aquarium in Japan. It's a song and the fish was wonderful. Guru is the god of Atlantis. Gets along well with fish. I did see a video about that. It was on my oh, I can't talk. It was on my recommended. It was neat. Didn't they teach like sardines how to... Sorry, not sardines. Some small fish, they taught them how to swim in a specific pattern. But I don't know. It is in fact not... It's not too related to the discussion. However, it's also okay. Aquariums are neat. I've been to aquariums in Japan. Sorry. Do we have anything else to say about gacha though? Before we move on to talking about aquariums. Gacha. What's like the big gacha games nowadays? Is Honkai Star Rail still the big thing? What are people playing? Are you all playing gacha? There's gotta be like a fishing gacha, right? Gacha bad. I think so as well. FGO's dead. Are people still playing the Grand Blue? Are people still playing Grand Blue, like not the Relink game? Probably, right? I don't see anyone talk about it anymore. Maybe just the people that I know who played it just lost interest in Grand Blue. Maybe. I don't see anyone talk about Fate Go anymore, definitely. Never seen a fishing gacha? There's gotta be one. There's no way there isn't a fishing gacha. Blue Archive is the one I hear the most about. Yeah, that's the one I see people retweet. It's just how it is. You know who never plays gacha is politicians. They're always telling journalists, I'm not going to play gacha with you. They hate gacha. And yet, I think they're the ones who are really playing it the most. Popular games tend to die off pretty quick. Yeah. I don't know. There's things, you know, they're closing down the gacha pinball game. My gacha recommendation is to watch the 200 hours of visual novel cutscenes for Girls Frontline on YouTube. I never hear about that game anymore. I feel like when Girls Frontline came out, I would see a lot of people talking about it on Twitter. But now there's nothing. I don't see much of Arknights either. Also, wasn't there that one game, Limbus Company. I remember ChocoJax was playing it. But then I saw like a few other people tweeting about it back when it first came out, but I don't see anything about it anymore. Was that game even real? Niche popular? So there's a lot of games like that. Like World Flipper, you don't hear anyone talk about World Flipper typically. But when I played it, it was fun. I'm sure like every gacha has some sort of dedicated fan base. They've been there since the beginning. They'll be there until it ends. Welcome, Pumpwall. Is anyone playing the Love Live School Idol Festival 2? That's the one where they announced it like a month ago, and they're like, "Hey, it's February. This game is gonna be in service until May." Is anyone actually playing that? I feel like their announcement sort of like makes people not want to play it. Because like, why would you invest your time into a game that's going to shut down in 3 months, right? Also, welcome, Good Cat. There's a game with a lot of words. Which one? Hatsune Miku vocal a rhythm game is still going strong. That is also true. I've never played it, but I see some posts about it sometimes. Arknights and Girls Frontline still have pretty big followings. I think gachas tend to be niche and only have a few people that follow plot. Especially because, like, if a gacha game has been around for long enough, there's gonna be, like, too much story, right? It's like when you first, if you like played the game when it came out, or like around when it came out, and you keep up with the story, it's like it's easy to keep up with. But if like it's a game that's been around for like 5 years, and you go into it, it's like there's just too much. There's too much to read, and then you end up skipping it. And then like the beginning also doesn't really matter. There's just too much lore. Just skip all of it. So many gacha. Used to play that in the way beginning. Their announcement was hilarious. Yeah, why would they do that? I used to play Love Live School Idol Festival. The first one. For like maybe like around a year even. I had like really bad luck with the gacha. I mean, I never paid for it. I only did like the free rolls, and I never got an ultra rare character until like right about when I was gonna quit. And then I finally got one, and then I was like, well, it's too late. I've already decided to stop playing. But also, I never paid them, so like I guess it's not a loss for them. Welcome, Chaos Ryan. Miss the early days of Love Live, stayed up late to play the events. I remember the early days. Yeah, like the first few events. I'm gonna try to actually get ranking. I played Cinderella Girls Starlight Stage as well, back when it first came out. It was fun. But after some time, I just lose interest. Because all the typical gacha mechanics. It's too much to the point I don't even read the games I do play. Yeah, imagine reading lore in a game. Boy, can't wait to turn on this game and read the story for several hours. That's not me. It's all about those gameplay mechanics. I like when the lore is optional though. Like Dark Souls. There's a lot of lore in Dark Souls, but none of it really matters. And if you care, you could look it up afterwards. Also, am I disconnected from chat? It said disconnecting from chat. Can never be a lore skipper. What if you miss something important? I don't think you can. If you miss something important, you'll find out. On the way back from your trip, you played Wolfie's Small Myth Gacha. That is a thing. That does exist out there. It's not really my gacha though. The 3D models, they were made by Seafoam Boy. I would say it's more of his thing. I was the original inspiration, but now it's in someone else's hands. They're out there doing things. But no, I don't worry about missing lore in games. I'll just skip through the dialogue. And then if it matters, I'll find out. I'll find out after the fact. I'll be like, hey, I don't know what this thing is. What is this? And then I go look it up. And then I find out. There's games that have like very heavy lore. Like Disco Elysium. That game has a lot of lore. So I think Choco should make a gacha. Well, she sometimes plays bingo on stream. It's kind of like gacha. Gotta go to work. Have a good day at work. Isn't it like really early over there? It's like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. or something. Glad you had a good time at the aquarium. Making game with 30 collectible Choco J. Yo, the Choco J dog gacha. Wait, wasn't there like a Tom and Jerry gacha game as well? I remember seeing tweets about it a long time ago. They were like, hey everyone, do you know there's a Tom and Jerry gacha game? And also they have like this dress for Jerry's what's the word for it? Nephew or something. What the heck? The only problem is she wouldn't be able to put Fire Emblem characters in it. Choco gacha. Choco J dog. Love using the Choco J dog emote. I feel like nowadays I use Choco J dog bark bark more often than Choco J dog on its own. Does anyone relate to this? Also, there's a new emote. They have this one. Cause it's animated. You know, why would I just post regular dog when the dog could be barking? It's so much more active. Look at that dog barking. Yeah, animated emotes. Good times. Look at all these animated emotes. Look at these. Fight. Wolf's fight. Wolf's fight is used like 800 to 900 times more than the next one. I remember last time when I checked my animated my emote metrics. Let's check it again. Last time we had the fighting emote was used maybe like 500 times more than the next thing. Now it's used like 700 times more. Not 700 times, but like, you know, the number of uses, 700. And it's only been a week. A few months ago, we only had one Choco J dog. That is true. There's so many Choco J dogs now. All these dogs out here. Yeah, so we got the fighting emote use 1.95k times. The next thing is 1.2k. It's wild. It's wild how large the difference is. Everyone loves to be violent. Times have changed. This is the new era of fighting. More than nod or shake? Yeah, so much more. Clapping is the next most used one. Be interesting if you told you how often it's posted with other emotes. Like whether the punching emote is used to punch other emotes. Maybe. Could definitely be. No, he's just eating. Why would you punch him like that? He's eating the food. The arbitrary food. We don't really know what the food is. just a general shape. A beige rectangle. Sandwich. No, we don't know. It could be a cookie. Doesn't have to be a sandwich. Could be just like a cube, you know? You ever just eat a cube? I don't know. What do you think is the most commonly eaten cube? Croutons? Those are cubes. Cheese? Sometimes people cut up cheese. Oh, sometimes people cut up watermelons into cubes. That's a commonly eaten cube shape. Oh, also like melons sometimes. I guess watermelon is a melon, but I mean like cantaloupe, honeydew, sugar cubes. Do people eat sugar cubes though? Sugar cubes are like dissolved. Gum is a cube. I've mostly had gum in like stick form. What the heck is that sound? Okay, I caught a watch. Okay, we have a new watch for the collection. We will create another layer for this watch. Cantaloupe is a participation medal of melons. I like cantaloupe. I think it's good, actually. Alright, we have another layer. I just hope I don't knock it down. Yeah, cantaloupe is nice. I like honeydew as well. Actually, I feel like I prefer honeydew over cantaloupe. But it depends. Sometimes they're bad. Sometimes they're not juicy at all. That's when they're not good. What are some other common foods eaten in cube form? I don't know. Minecraft? They got those, oh yeah, tofu? That's often eaten in cube form. It's most commonly eaten in cube form, perhaps. They do have those cube watermelons though that they grow in Japan. I mean, I guess it's not that common, but it is a thing that they have. What if I look it up? Commonly eaten cubes. What the heck is this? Okay, every time I open Firefox for the first time, it says like, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Yes. Firefox. Firefox software updater. Welcome, Lofkey. Lofkey, no, the price of Prime subs have increased. Outside of the US. Okay, we got, commonly eaten cubes. Compact food cubes. That's not what I meant. Yo, it's on r/cooking. What are some cube-shaped foods? Brownies? Oh yeah, that's true. Jello? Lasagna? Lasagna is pretty cube-shaped. Sandwiches? I wouldn't say sandwiches are. This person also says wombat poop. That's not food, I hope. Yeah, the price of subscriptions. Tofu is cubed. Fruit salad, often cubed. Lasagna. Meat cubes. Yo, the meat cube from Super Mario... What is that game? Party? Super Mario Party? Price of subscriptions remains the same here. I think it mostly... it increased a lot in Turkey, right? Any viewers from the country of Turkey? The price of subscriptions has increased, like 10 times, or 20 times. Quadrupled. No, I don't think it changed in the US. I believe in the US it is the same. Still way cheaper there than anywhere else. That's also true. How much is it in US dollars? Price is the same for you? Okay, then where did it even change? Turkey? 12 cents? That's 12 cents. You could like set your VPN to be Turkey and then just buy really cheap subs. Turkey changed to Turkey but spelled differently. I don't know if it's pronounced differently. I think it may still be pronounced Turkey. It's $1.20. That's still pretty cheap. Did it change in... I guess we could just check. Was anyone affected by this? Does anyone have to pay extra? What about Argentina? Isn't the Argentinian currency very weak globally? What does VPN do? You could change the country that you're contacting the server from. So Twitch thinks you're in Turkey, and sometimes you can pay the price that a Turkey person could pay. I don't know why I phrased it like that. The price that you would pay if you lived in Turkey. Good place for a vacation if you take physical dollars. To Argentina? It's true. A Turkish person from Turkey. Anyone been to Turkey? Any Turkish residents in chat right now? Any experts on Turkish culture? You can speak now. You could talk about how the price of subscriptions is now too high. Welcome, Snacko. What is that emote? Oh, that's a turkey. Okay. I could hardly tell. It was so small. How is that turkey so small? Makes no sense. Ow. I did remember to charge my controllers last week, though. I specifically... Remember at last week when I was like, oh no, my controller's running out of battery. I'm gonna take notes on this. I had left a to-do, and then after the stream, I was like, oh right, I have to charge this. And then I did. And now... the power is there. Are there any Turkey VTubers? I don't know. There could be. There may be. But there are definitely Turkish streamers. Ellis is Turkish. Although she is in Australia, she is Turkish. Although she's not a VTuber. Normally you connect to your router, the router connects to the internet. Okay, you were explaining a VPN. Yes, you could. Yes, it's so true. Yeah, they think you're in another region. They're elsewhere. Also, yeah, I know you meant actual turkeys. But I was intentionally interpreting it a different way. Because you would have just said Turkish. However, you said Turkey and also not uppercase. Which implies the animal. But I know. Just somewhat Turkish. Somewhat Turk. The Turkish economy is not great because the banks keeps borrowing money or something? I do not know, actually. I'm not familiar with the economy in Turkey. But perhaps. Perhaps that's what happened. Now's your chance to be a turkey tuber? Nah. I'm already a human. What need would I have to be a turkey? If you could be a turkey, would you? I don't think you would, because turkeys, they're farmed for meat. And that doesn't seem like a good way to live your life. What if there was a Turkish turkey VTuber, and it was actually Jason Statham? Is he Turkish? Does he know? Is he somewhat Turk? What the? Unpin? What? Did I just pin a message? Oh. I accidentally... What the heck? I accidentally pinned your message, Loki. How long was that pin for? Was that there? I think I accidentally pressed this button. There's Jathan, Stathan. For a minute? Okay. Do I have any Turkish emotes? I don't. Anyone have Turkish emotes? What's this? Where's my Turkish emotes at? Doesn't Ellis have a Turkish emote? Man, you think about like how many emotes partnered streamers have. Look at how absurd this is, okay? Start here. Let's scroll down. And it keeps going. There's so many emote slots. It's impossible to understand. Untapped Turkish emotes. Yeah, that'll be the new meta. Also, they haven't changed the Dino Dance back yet. Oh no, they did. Okay, they finally changed Dino Dance back. We have the classic Dino we all know and love. No more of that new one they had for the past 2 days. Thank goodness. They should never have changed this man. Not this man. We don't know if it's a man. What's wrong with the new one? Have you seen the new one? This is not the same Dino. It no longer is enjoyable. It's still showing the new one? Wait, what? Looks fine here. Maybe you have to reload. Maybe it's cached. Maybe it has the cache. Mega Evolution is temporary. Did they change it back because it was actually a Pokemon thing or because of Backlash? I think it was a Pokemon thing. If you look at the Twitter account, they had an announcement that was like, hey, Dino for Pokemon Day, Dino Dance is evolving. And then all the replies were like, change it back. Change it back, I hate this. I hate this thing. It's so ugly. I miss my old Dino Dance. I don't think it's objectively bad, I just think like it can definitely not hold anywhere near a place in our hearts compared to the old one. It was Backlash and they used Pokemon Day to scapegoat it because it was before Pokemon Day. No, but like they changed it before, right? Yeah, they could have added like a new one. It could have been like Dino Dance Evolved. I think people would have been fine with it. I mean, I feel like most people wouldn't have used it, but they could have done it that way. But to replace an existing one, SMA, they shouldn't do this. Also, I'm gonna hydrate. It is 6 PM right now. Rat to dog. Okay, hydration. Alright. Hydrated. Yeah, change it back. Pokemon Day is based on Japanese time zone. Changed about then. That makes sense, actually. That makes so much sense. But why did they take so much time? They took so long to switch it back. What are they doing? Did they not consider the pain we were all going through? To think that some people don't have animated emotes. Some people are not subscribed. You know, I feel like most Twitch users are not as terminally online as we are. Most people on Twitch do not have a subscription. And those people, Dino Dance was their only animated emote. Okay, no, there's other ones, but the only good animated emote, because obviously there are other ones. But the other ones suck. And you know, they were trying to use it, and it's a bad. I mean, there are other ones. They had there's the yeah, that one. Those are there. Unless you count 7TV. I feel like most Twitch users. Actually, I don't know. What percentage of Twitch users do you think use either 7TV or Better Twitch TV or Frank Your Face or whatever? Oh wait, actually, okay, this one's good. Pop Nemo one. That's the other good one. Not sure about Goat Emoji. 7%. 7TV. 7%. Think subless chatters can suck it up for a day for Pokemon? No, they should not accept this. They should not allow this. Welcome, Wizbright. You use FFZ. Classic dog. I don't know. When was this a thing? I never see anyone use this one. I didn't even know this one existed. Franker face, but with the chef hat. What the? Should bring that back. This one's good though. It's a good emote. Has plugins for BTTV and 7TV. Dang. I do see people use it sometimes. But I don't. Because I refuse. I refuse! It's true, they have too much power over the Twitch community. Hey, what the... Oh, this was right. They had this one. Camped. Get camped emote. What is that emote? Is that a monkey? Anyway, how's everyone doing today? You all having a good day? What have you been up to? Out there in the world on this Wednesday afternoon or Thursday, depending on your time zone. It might even be Thursday where you are. It could be past midnight. Actually, I guess it's past midnight for all of us. Even us where it's 6 p.m., that is still past midnight. I accidentally dropped my controller. Whoops. The battery cap thing fell off, and I have to reattach it. This fish is gonna get away. I feel like I'm not gonna be able to catch it in time. Sounds broken? No, it's fine. It's fine. I just have to. There, fine. Okay, we can catch this fish. I think VR controllers they're very robust. I think they're made with the assumption that they're gonna hit things, because that's what they're like. People are often in VR. They can't tell that they're near things. They start punching. It's fine. It sounds broken. No, it's fine. It's fine. Look, it's working perfectly fine. I see no damages. Definitely fine. I'm looking at it. It looks very fine right now. If it was broken, it would not be tracking. Yeah, built to last. Built to first. Pretty resilient, right? That's what I'm saying. They're designed for this. Whoops. Anyway. I talked last week about how my workplace is encouraging people to go back to the office. And by encouraging, I mean like requiring at some point. And I think last week my manager asked me for like, hey, when you joined the company, were you hired as a remote employee or a hybrid employee? And then I was like, I was definitely hired as a remote. And I sent her the screenshot of my offer letter, and she was like, thank you, thank you. And she was like trying to make the case to make an exception for me, because like most of my team is remote. I guess half of my team is remote. And I don't know if that's happening, so I might actually have to start looking for another job at some point, because I do not want to go back to the office. Like, for real. I'll have to start updating my resume. I'll have to be like, oh man, I want to do this. And then I have to start applying to places. I have to do the whole thing over again. Again, right? Like, I don't have to. I could, like, go physically to the office multiple days a week. But I really would rather not. It's just not a good use of my time. I'm not about that life anymore. I'd rather not spend 2 hours a day commuting and get home, just be really tired, just be eepy. No. People are chucking Wiimotes through their TVs more than a decade ago. Motion controllers have a history of robustness. Exactly. They build those things assuming those things would take damage. But anyway, I don't know. Much fewer places are looking for Rust developers nowadays. At least, I don't know. From what I've been seeing, not as many places. Oh, remote specifically. And places that are not doing like Web3, Bitcoin, crypto stuff. Company is remote first, but the office is about half hour plus, especially with traffic. I go 1 day a week voluntarily, but I'm glad they're not forcing it. Yeah. Half an hour? I feel like if my commute was half an hour, I would be fine going in like once or twice a week. But since my commute is like about an hour one way, I really would rather not. If I lived like 15 minutes from an office, I would definitely go. I would even be willing to go every day. 15 minutes, that's really fast. But it is an hour, which is not good. I see the C/C++ news. Which was the US government saying we should move to memory safe languages. I saw that on our work Discord. There's like a Rust channel in the work Discord. Sorry, not Discord, Slack. Our work chat. And I was like, oh, that's cool. They didn't mention, they didn't mention Rust specifically though, right? That is one of them. It's only half hour if I leave before rush hour, otherwise it's an hour to go, maybe under 20 miles. Oh man, yeah, rush hour. I forgot about that as well. Rush hour. Traffic, like, having to be on the train at like 5 p.m. I don't want that. That sucks. It sounds awful. Like, sometimes it's more than an hour. Because, like, although New York has, like, one of the best transportation systems in the US, it still kind of sucks. So, like, every once in a while, your train will be delayed. What normally is a 1 hour train ride takes like 2 hours. Because it's just stuck. Welcome, Prop Not Jack. I like how the recommendation is to just leave C and C++ behind, not learn how to use it more safely. Well, that's the issue. Like, it's hard to use it safely. Even expert software developers are still making memory issues. It's much easier to just... I wouldn't say it's much easier, but it's like you know, if you were to start a new project, maybe don't use C unless there's no other option. Oh, they did mention several languages. Java. Java. Well, I guess it depends on the context. But people aren't using C in the same places that Java is used in a lot of places. I don't know. Maybe. Discord is just a gray Slack. No, it's Slack, but more obnoxious and for gamers. Hey, do you know Discord has job positions open? As they always do. Last time I applied for Discord, their job submission, their job board was very gamer focused. They use all that quirky wording that they use. It's a bit annoying. I'm not a fan of it. Article on paper seems to be making the rounds. Oh, I think maybe I just saw the what is it, the press release or whatever? I didn't actually click any of the links. Maybe there were more details there. I'm an enterprise Java dev, but I need to diversify my skill set. Maybe. I think, you know, once you know one language, it's not that hard to learn another one. You learn like one language in all the different categories. You learn some functional programming, you learn some low level, you learn some high level. You learn basically what Lisp is, and then you never touch it because it's too much. Basically know everything. How about the mid-level? No, you don't need that. You don't need the mid-level. Didn't Discord just get done with a round of layoffs? Did it? Oh wait, it did. But that was like a month or two ago. Yeah, what the? They have job openings, although they just did layoffs. What are they doing? Yeah, layoffs everywhere. Welcome, Namington. WAN language. Yeah, once you learn WAN language. See, reading between the lines, I think it's mostly associated with web dev. Because embedded devices, even if you could theoretically use different languages, might not be plausible for 40-plus-year-old processors. Who's using C for web dev, though? I guess it depends what you mean by web dev. I guess would curl still be web dev? I mean, anything HTTP. Maybe. I feel like when I think of web dev, I think of like front-end JavaScript. Or back-end JavaScript. I don't know. You can't say stop C development. We know it will be hard, but they did. They did see that. They did say that. But it will be hard to do so. They laid off too many people. Well, even after companies lay people off, they still, I don't know, they still do hire. Just like less than they did before. Always a lot of like, sorry, we hired too many people, so we gotta start firing some of them. I totally said that. Definitely. Loafkey knows somebody. Wait, what was the context of this? Someone who uses C. Oh, you see that? Ah, you missed it. The Loch Ness Monster was back. Probably couldn't see it. I saw it though. I couldn't zoom in fast enough. C for web dev. WebAssembly. Who's out there assembling the web? Any web assemblers out there? I don't know. I'm gonna have to find some places to apply to. I think some of the other companies that I applied to the last time I was looking for jobs, and they got back to me like 6 months after I'd already accepted a job. Or maybe not 6 months. But like, you know, I applied back in like May of last year. And I think I got a response in like December or November or something. And they're like, hey, we saw your application. We would love to set up some time to talk. And like, I had already found a job by then. And then I responded like, yeah, sorry, I already found a job. Good luck though. Maybe I could reply back and be like, hey, about that, about that interview. Things are changing. Also, welcome, Joseph. I mean, I have done that before. One of the places I applied to like a long time ago, the person who was like, hey, we would like to schedule an interview. And then I accepted another job and I was like, sorry. They were like, hey, yeah, too bad the timing didn't work out. Would love to stay in touch though, if anything changes. And I said, for sure. And then I did contact that person again the next time I was looking for a job. And that did get me an interview. But the places I responded to this past time, they were like, we would like to set up an interview, and I said, oh, sorry, I can't. I already accepted a job. They did not respond to that. They were not as kind as the other person who was like, would love to stay in touch if anything changes. They just ignored the email. And I feel like that's a mistake. If someone responds and said they've already found a job, I feel like as a recruiter, you should be keeping the door open. You should be like, sorry, we couldn't do this faster. However, if anything changes, please let us know. Right? That should be what they do. Yeah, they don't know. They're missing out. They could have had another, I don't know. Maybe I'll just try emailing them again. Be like, yeah, totally. Make more sense with people they've offered a position to. No, but like when that person that reached out to me, I never actually interviewed with them. I just got past the initial screening. Like they saw my resume and wanted to schedule an interview. By that time, it was too late. Oops. But I guess we'll see. I could also just like not, you know, they ask people to go into the office. What if I just don't go to the office? Are they gonna fire me? Probably. Probably. I think typically it'll be like, yo, why weren't you in the office? Oh, we're gonna have to like not give you a promotion. Oh, your bonus is gonna be less this year. I feel like I'd be fine with that. You know, I don't even care about the bonus. I would accept less pay to be able to work remotely. Although I don't want them to know that. Because they know unless they... Yo, yeah, what if the recruiter I was talking to was also laid off? I reach out to them and they just don't respond. What if they didn't respond because they were laid off? Even as I sent the email. Probably not. But what if they were? I've had that happen. Well, I haven't had that happen, but I've heard other former coworkers have that happen to them. Like they'll apply somewhere, and then the recruiter will reach out to them, and then they'll like start scheduling some stuff. And then like suddenly the recruiter stops responding and they're like, huh, what happened? And then they wait a few months. And then either they got laid off or they were actually on vacation for a long time. Sometimes that does happen. That happened to one of my coworkers. He was like, I applied to a place. They didn't respond for like 3 months, and then I found out the recruiter was on vacation. They're like they were on maternity leave or paternity leave or something. Something like that. Bro, check their LinkedIn to know. Woke. Shared common point of interest for a new budding work relationship. Nah, imagine using LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn changed their search algorithm recently. When I was looking for jobs last year, I was able to like filter out Web3, crypto, Bitcoin stuff. And now when I try it with the same search terms, it doesn't remove those search terms from me. Right, I'm searching for like Rust, and then I search not Bitcoin, not Web3, not whatever. And then it still shows those. So I don't know what they did. They broke it. They broke their algorithm. Only works if you both got laid off instead of fired, or worse. Or worse. What's worse? What's worse than being fired? Okay, maybe they committed a crime. Or maybe they died. That would be worse. Maybe. Maybe I'll message them. I don't really want to, though. They'll send you to that dungeon like in Japan. You get, isekai'd. What if they're in another world? Is there an isekai about, recruiters? Hey, what if they had an isekai where, like, a recruiter is in charge of hiring for a guild? I think that would make sense. Is that thing where they won't fire you, but you'll get the no work and hope? Oh yeah, that is a thing. That's what you meant. I think in Japan, they legally can't do layoffs unless the company is going bankrupt. Right. I think there was like this when all the gaming layoffs were happening, everyone was posting that quote from Nintendo, from Iwata, when he was like, oh, rather than laying off employees, I'm gonna take a pay cut. But then I saw like a tweet replying to that was like, actually they can't lay people off in Japan unless the company's going bankrupt, so he couldn't have done that anyway. Their labor laws don't allow that. So, you know, that's a thing. And that's why, rather than laying people off, they just make it very hard for them, and then they want to quit. Sounds like a promotion. No, but then you get no upward mobility or whatever, right? They're not gonna give you a way to get promoted. I guess also if you're not doing anything, like, why not? But they'll bully you. They'll bully you in the office. Maybe. See, I was a job recruiter in my past life. Then everyone got laid off, and I backstab. My skills made me the best guild master. Yeah, imagine recruiting for a guild. Did I welcome you, Fotato? No, you were here. You've been here. I feel like every time I don't remember if I greeted you. Is your name color random? Is that why I don't notice? No, it's not. No, it's the same. It's the same. Why don't I notice? Watch Wolfie at work and get paid? Yeah, you could be watching streams right now. I guess you are watching a stream right now. Potato's always green. I don't know. Why don't I remember? Why is my memory not so good? You can look for other work in the meantime, no reason to quit. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna quit unless I have another job lined up. But... oh, sorry, you're talking about the people in Japan, right? It's also true. I feel like it's easier to look for a job when you don't already have a job, though. Because, like, when you don't have a job, you don't have to worry about, like, taking time off to do interviews. Try not to be suspicious, right? While you're, like, when you have a job, and you put, like, you know, you take a day off, they're like, what's this person doing? I don't know. You have, like, this mysterious, like, 1 hour blocked off in your schedule. They just put like errands. You're like, what are you doing? I'll be out today for some errands for exactly 1 hour. But when you're not employed, you can just, you can just do it. You just do those interviews. And they go much faster too. That's how it is. You're not at work, but you could be. You could be at work. And that's the thing. Work. Is that a Warcraft reference? I always hear people that have jobs being more attractive here, although we also have laws making it hard to fire people. I think that's common in a lot of places outside of the US. Right? The US has what's called at-will employment, where you can quit whenever and the employer can fire you whenever. We've talked about how, like, in Germany, if you want to quit, you have to give them, like, very, very long periods of notice. Right? Like when Denji had to quit, he put in 6 months of notice. Such a long time. 6 months. It's wacky. That's so much time. Anyway, the other employees are also understandably upset about having to return to office. Everyone's complaining about it. Not sure what difference we can make. Unless we all decide to band together and not go to the office. Like, I would be willing to do that. If everyone else in the office decided not to do it, I would not go to the office. I'll probably just not go to the office anyway. When they start requesting us to go to the office, I will just not show up. Yeah, unionize. True. You should do that. Sometimes 6 months is actually kind of needed if they have a lot of specific knowledge. I mean, 6 months is like a really long time though. I feel like you could do that in like 2 months. I don't know. 3 months even. Just clog all the toilets. I feel like if I did go to the office though, the thing is like the return to office thing is mandated by HR and not the managers. So like even if my manager was like, we'll allow him to work from home, she has no power to do that, which is messed up. Cause like my manager is remote as well, and like half my team is remote. It doesn't make sense to go to the office to talk to half the team who's remote. It messed up. Report all mentions of terms like living wage and work-life balance. Dang. Imagine living wage. Unionize these. Germany forced retirement, though, can be problematic with insufficient time for knowledge transfer. Forced retirement? What is the age for required retirement in Germany? 60-something. I feel like it would usually be 60-something, right? Definitely not 50-something. Yeah, that's the state of things here. That's the state of my life at the moment. Considering what to do again. Yet another round of job searching. It's disappointing too, because I do enjoy working here. Possibly one of the best places I've worked in my entire life. Messed up, hecked up out here. Forced retirement sounds like a different type of thing. No, that's not what they mean. It's to prevent people from overworking. Maybe 60-something. 80 years old. get this fish out here. Wow. Yeah, where someone forced me to retire right now by giving me a lot of money. Actually, I feel like, you know, if companies have a return to office and they had a thing that was like return to office or accept this policy, accept a bunch of money and you can just leave, I would take that money. What is it called? Like voluntary attrition, voluntary layoffs or whatever. I would do that. But maybe they're trying to do the layoffs subtly. They're like, we need to not, because if you leave, if you quit normally, they don't have to pay severance. Is that what they're trying to do? They're trying to get people to leave and not pay them money for leaving. Probably. That's probably what it is. Oh well. On the bright side, if I do start interviewing, I'll have more things to talk about. Check it out, the bear is back. Here, we're gonna zoom into the bear. Check this out. Right there. Right there. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. Just looking around. See, today's illustration is me pointing at a bear. And I'm doing it right now. Look at this. We're pointing at the bear. It has gotten up. It's looking at the sky. It's out there chilling. Moving around. Goes back up. Just goes back up to wherever it is. Up there. Add bear to the starting screen? But why? Why would I do that? I don't have the files on this computer. That's the thing. That's the thing here. I'm on my PC. I guess I could sync the files, but that's more effort. I also never set up dual streaming on my PC, so every Wednesday I'm only streaming on Twitch and not YouTube. It's part of the Wolfie lore. Oh, you mean to add the bear to the fish, like the fish that are swimming around? But it doesn't fit. What if I had one of the fish be a bear? That's possible. Or just wherever. Nah. It's too much effort. You know what I do kind of want to redo though is the slideshow. You know how Kuragi has her fan art slideshow? It has the it looks like a Polaroid, a bunch of pictures slide in. I feel like the way that I have it is kind of boring. It's just like, it just fades in. I should have something like that. I think that's cool. But also, it's like effort. It's too much effort to do. But maybe at some point. We'll change something. The way I have it is how most people have it. Yeah. But it could be cooler. Could be very cool. I should enter night mode. Because we're about halfway through the stream, right? Where is that night mode? Here it is. I call it most people's fan art intro is boring. Yes. Yes, I am. I mean, maybe not boring, but like the default, the expected when it could be cooler, maybe. Perhaps. Nah, it's fine. I feel like at some point I should change the intro though. I feel like most streamers, they do at some point tend to change their intros and outros. Because, you know, you're just doing the same thing. I guess there's no reason to. There's no real reason to. Just that, you know, sometimes when you have new things, it's like, whoa, look. It's fresh. It's exciting. You don't know what'll come next. You'll be like, one day it's this thing, the next day it's different. And then people are like, so delightful. Look at this new thing that the streamer has added. Technically, I do have a bear in the intro. You snuck a bear in the fishing gif. What? I don't even remember. You become more unique with less effort? That is also true. Sometimes. In some ways. Right? I don't even have a an overlay. Oops. What does that sound? Like when streamers put a couple minutes of top clips. No one clips my streams though. That's the thing. Top clips? What clips? I don't even have clippable moments. No such thing. The interesting moments on my streams are too long. You would have to clip the whole stream because the entire stream is interesting. The most interesting content you will ever see, and you're like, wow, I can't believe the whole stream. You can't just clip 30 seconds of this. You gotta watch the whole thing. It's the Wolfie experience. Imagine thinking you could condense this great content down to 30 to 60 seconds. No. I prefer minimal dumb overlays. Yeah. Choco Jacks also doesn't really have an overlay. And I think that's cool. But sometimes the game is too small. And the overlay is so much larger than the rest of the gameplay. Look, I can't see it. What is this? A game for ants? Unbelievable. What if there was a worm in the soil and that worm had COVID? Yeah, what if it did? What if it did have COVID? I don't understand why that's funny. You think it's funny that the worm has COVID? This worm has COVID and you're laughing? Messed up. What did the worm do to you? The Corvid? What about a still image of fan art of your friends and the title Wolfington Live Super Show? Is that a Northern Line reference? I feel like most recent fans of Northern Line don't even know what the Northern Line Live Super Show is. He still has that overlay and the NLSS has not been a thing for years. People are like, who are these people on your overlay? I don't understand. They just think his stream is just called the Northern Line Live Super Show. But it's not. About an underlay? Underlay. Isn't that the Spanish word for... What's that word? What does that word mean? I don't know. Is that a word in Spanish? Corvid. Corvid eats the worm. Welcome, Nanodan. Wrangling the fish. He's out there fishing. Yeah, they don't even know. Yeah, that. What does that word mean? Is that like to go? Don't they say that like when they're on a horse? Is that to like us to ascend? Is that something else? Oh, to hurry up. Okay, yes. So they say that when you're on a horse and you want the horse to go faster, you say that. Yeah, that's what it is. Underlay. Yeah. I remember some Spanish. Back in the day, in middle school and high school. Good old Spanish classes. I don't remember most of it. But I know. I used to know. And now you know. And if you did not know what that word meant, now you know. And then you can be like, I remember when I was watching Wolfie stream. And he said that word. And then chat members clarified what it meant. And now I know. Yeah, I already knew. You already knew. Everyone. Imagine not knowing. Anyway. What else is going on? Any cool events? Any cool streams out there? News. VTubers. No, nothing is happening. Remember when I had Wolfie stream on? Yeah, remember that. Remember when NanoDan was streaming? I remember. I remember like it was Saturday and Sunday. And yet he's not streaming right now. Whoops. Let me check the news. Imagine checking the news. Remember when I checked the news on this stream? And then we find out what's happening out there. And then the bear, the dragon. What? Dragon D's? Here, let's go to Google News. What's going on out there? Trump immunity claim? What? What does that mean? Supreme Court? The Senate leadership? Something. White House urges developers to dump C and C++. I think that's really easy to do. You ever try writing Hello World and then it says segmentation fault core dumped? Yeah, I sure hope they would. Get it? Because like to dump, I don't know, this is too obscure. The crow flies again. Your topics. Senate Republican blocks bill. What did they do to bill? Pope Francis taken to hospital? I don't know. Technology. StarCoder 2 is a code-generating AI that runs on most GPUs. He's immune to COVID and they're gonna dissect him. Who? Who's immune to COVID? Trump? I don't think so. Reports, entertainment. Nintendo sues Switch emulator creator for facilitating piracy. EA is laying off over 650 employees. Holy frick. It's continuing. The game company layoffs are still happening. What we had Discord, we had Twitch, we had there were others. And now it's EA. Upcoming Star Wars first-person shooter was cancelled. They were gonna make a Star Wars FPS. 650, that's a lot of people. Sony's also laying people off? Man. What the heck? What's happening out there? What's happening in the world? They got all these layoffs. They got all these return to office. Unbelievable. What's going on in VTuber news? Let's look up VTuber. Street Fighter 6 Millionaire Champ skips tournament for major VTuber event. VTuber congratulates Capcom Cup champion whose hoodie he wore during the historic finals run. Hololive VTuber Minato Aqua joins SAO last recollection. VTuber Selen Tatsuki's Nijisan Determination, that was 20 days ago. What's up? VTuber Doki Bird, VTuber Awards. This is all old news. They got no recent VTuber news. Based. VTuber Eileen defrauded over 20 million yen. Post will. Post will what? What will they post? Post will? Oh, will like if you were okay. I see. The will like when you die. The will, that kind of will. Which VTuber graduation hurt you the most? Why is this on Google News? I got a picture of Sana in here. Hololive VTuber hats will appear in the official Tokyo Roblox space. VTuber Fulgur Ovid embroiled in virtual love scandal? What? Hololive VTubers Fauna and Mume go goth and emo in new costumes. Okay, I see. Google News, not great. None of these are recent. How do I make it recent? Okay, let's look at Rat News. Anti-algorithm. Rat infestation at Family Dollar warehouse brings $41.6 million fine. Topics: rat, ratio, brown rat, black rat, ratatouille, rationalism. You might think that's related to rats, it's not. Ratsasan, Rattingen, Jackson Rathbone, John Ratzenberger, Ratzenberger. I sure hope it isn't, am I right? Rat Nagiri, Rational AG. Oh man. Women find giant rat on her back doorstep. It's messed up. It's hecked up. Public hearing held on proposed bill to protect birds of prey from rat poison. Yeah, Ratzenberger. What's that emote? Biscuit 83 nom. Rat.io. Lawmakers trying to ban rat poisons. Rat on plane sparks worries for Sri Lanka's airline. Well, there's nothing. There's nothing going on in the news. What about cat news? Tom the lost trucker cat found 9 miles from St. Cloud after 40 days missing. Finally, some good news. New York Animal Rescue saves abandoned cat found in tied-up pillowcase. It's messed up. It was good that they found it, but it's messed up that it was tied up. Welcome to China's Cat Island, where lucky strays wait for a new home. Cat abandoned. Babylon cat. Lovers to village board. Keep feeding ferals legal. MP Sir Christopher Chope tries to block cat abduction offense. Dogs. The cat. Turtle, shark, livestock among undeclared species in cat food. They had turtles in cat food? Cat? Rat poisons are pretty inhumane, I sure hope they do. Yeah, rat poison. It's messed up. It's hacked up. Catcade cat rescue. Okay, well, you know, I think we've mined all the content there is to get out of Google News. It's too much. There's nothing of note here. What's happening? What games do I have? Rule Loop. Is it time for New York Times connection? Did I read up on the Willy Wonka scam? Oh yeah, the one where they AI generated some art. And then when you show up, it's like messed up. It looks nothing like the art. I saw that. And then there was like a lady, and they're like, this is like a meth lab, but it was misled. Everyone was misled. The AI generated the entire script. There was a script. I don't know. A lot of things happening out there. And I think the lady who was one of the Oompa Loompas wasn't even paid, right? Something like that. They were gonna pay $500 or 500 pounds or whatever. But they did not pay her. I mean, those AI scams out there. There was a villain and a bunch of unreasonable special effects listed in the script. Oh, I didn't actually read into what happened. I just saw the tweet about it. A river of lemonade? That sounds unsanitary. Messed up what they did out there. What was the entry fee? What were they charging people to go in there? Sad looking location. More or less sanitary than a river of chocolate. I would say probably more sanitary than a river of chocolate. Cause chocolate, actually I don't know. Chocolate is more viscous, right? 40 bong bucks? What is that? What is a bong buck? Is that $1? Is that a pound? Where did this take place? Was it in London? It was London. Or, the UK? British money. Do they call them bong bucks? I'd never heard that term before. I heard them called pounds. Why do they call them bong bucks? They do not call it that. Tag barrel. Why did you use that word? Is that slang that I'm unfamiliar with? Brit bong? What is that? I don't know what that. Hey, we got the shooting stars. Look at this. Wow. That's what they call money? Something about Brits having to look up at the Big Ben to know the time, count the bongs. People call British people bongs because of the sound. Oh! That's what they... Oh, that's the name for British people. I have never heard that before. I did not know this. But now I know. I thought it was like a drug thing, you know, like a bong. Considering there was a reference to the Willy Wonka place looking like a meth lab, I was like, you know, maybe like the bong related to drug usage. I didn't know about the Big Ben thing. Simply lacked the knowledge thereof. But now I know. And now I will proceed to never use that word. How often are people talking about British people? Does it happen often? How often do you find yourself talking about Britain. Not very often, for me at least. Maybe. You know, yesterday I was looking into like how I could train an AI to be able to answer questions about my own YouTube videos. Like, wouldn't that be cool? If you could be like, hey AI, when was the last stream that I talked about British people? And then it could be like, hi, according to our logs from our transcripts, the last mention of British people was at this video on this timestamp. Right? I think that'd be cool. I'm not sure how to do it, but it's definitely, probably doable. Maybe. Probably. Definitely. Because you can get the transcripts from the YouTube API. You could then feed those transcripts to whatever machine learning model, LLM generated thing. I don't know how it works. And then you could ask questions. Right? It would be a good use. We could be like, oh yeah, what was Wolfie talking about on this stream? And then they'll be like, on this stream, Wolfie was talking about layoffs in the tech industry and that he was looking for a job and all this. I think that'd be cool. How many times has Wolfie seen the bear? So many times. Name all the mentions of bear on a Wolfie stream. But there are actually websites that will summarize YouTube videos for you. Like what they do is they'll download the transcript and then feed it to a ChatGPT thing. And then they'll be like, okay, summarize this video in 5 bullet points. I tried it for one of my videos, and it was like, here's some summaries. The streamer was talking about this thing. He thinks that this thing was this thing. Actually, why don't we try it right now? Video summarizer. But it's like an external service. I would like to have my own thing, you know, because those things make you sign up for them. You can't really query the data. YouTube video summarizer. Summarize.tech. AI-powered video summaries. Okay, YouTube video URL. Also, before I do that, I'm gonna hydrate. Alright, I've hydrated. Welcome, Brodo Common. Okay, let's try to summarize one of my videos. YouTube.com/Wolfington, the @ in front. And then we go to this one of our videos. Let's choose an arbitrary video. What about this one? This video. I put this URL in here. We'll see what happened in this stream. What did Wolfie talk about on this stream known as VR Fishing It's Cold? In the YouTube video titled VR Fishing It's Cold, the creator shares his enjoyment of fishing in a virtual reality environment during the winter months, expressing the convenience and pleasure of customizable weather and realistic graphics. The speaker also experiences frustration with the VR interface, questioning potential updates and adjusting settings. Yo, that is so true. When I open my stream and I'm like, yo, they updated. The UI is different. The streamer welcomes viewers. I do that. Discusses various topics, including password mishaps, security measures, and the aging of items. What does that mean? Also, welcome, Matthias. The conversation touches on the importance of keeping work and personal information separate, and the concept of patina. What? Did I talk about this? What is a patina? Patina. Oh yeah, we did talk about this. When bronze and other things turn into, yeah, we talked about this. I accidentally closed Firefox. All my tabs are closed now. Okay, it's still open. I remember that. The speakers also share interesting facts, such as the origin of marinara sauce and the misconception of sell-by date. I remember that. I talked about peanut butter. The sell-by date, the creator reflects on the importance of safety, specifically avoiding popping pimples or plucking nose hair in a supposed danger triangle. Yo, and then we got raided by Chia? I remember that. I mean, they didn't mention the Chia raid, but I remember that. And then they have a summary for the second hour. Their experiences with expired food, the origin of the word quiz, and their discomfort with online multiplayer games like Among Us due to moral objections to lying. They reflect on their busy schedule and past eating habits, expressing their preference for convenience and affordability. What do we talk about here? Moderation. Okay, we talked about visiting a unique Mr. Donut store that sold Chinese food. I remember this. Provide an update on the latest developments in the VTuber community, discussing the popularity of male VTubers and the recent news surrounding VTubers. What? Ramel, Jesse James, and Senen Anime Impulse? I feel like maybe it did not know the names of these VTubers. I don't know who. Oh, it might have been Salen. Senen? I don't know. Okay, in the last hour of the stream, various topics, the inability to fish due to a bug, which leads them to play other activities such as crossword puzzles. They discuss their enjoyment of crosswords, the quality of words, and the names Stern and Gross. Oh yeah, this was the New York Times Connection thing. Remember that? When Stern and Gross were solutions because they were radio hosts. The speaker shares their experiences of traveling to Canada and Japan, trying Indian food and losing items. They express their preferences for comfortable clothing and dislikes for certain foods and clothing items based on past experiences. Topics such as fashion museums and raids on streaming platforms. Throughout the video, the speaker maintains a lighthearted and conversational tone. Look, they had a meta-analysis. What the? There's even more. Hold on. Oh, they have breakdowns by every 5 minutes. Wow. Dang. This is so in-depth. They wrote a freaking essay. See more. Welcomes viewers and thanks gifters. His headset is preventing him from checking a notification on his phone. The streamer discusses the excitement around Wally fishing and merging pull requests. Okay, this is like too much detail though. I wanted like a short summary. I mean, I guess this is the short summary. That's cool though. AI, this is like a good use of AI to summarize videos. Here, what's like another stream? Another cool stream we can summarize. This is the content we're doing now. Recycling old videos, reading about them. Videos. What about one of my early streams? Can we go back to like a long time ago? What if the next stream is the AI will have to go over this video and the summary of the previous video? They could. They could. I wonder how it would summarize a Dark Souls video. Like if I go to what is like a notable stream? If I go to like what about how about Dark Souls 3? Dark Souls 3, the Ringed City DLC. How will it summarize this one? Can it summarize one of the Fume Night streams? We could look for that. Fume Night. Fume Night Thursdays. Okay, after this one, we'll summarize a Fume Night stream. The player Stanley continues his exploration of the DLC area? That's not true. Stanley. That's not me. He levels up and encounters various challenges, including technical difficulties and frustrating enemies. Stanley also shares his thoughts on the game's NPCs. I think it's probably because I greeted Stanley. The speaker expresses his discontent with having to leave the game to go to work. What? And compares it to the winter theme in the Ring City DLC. Player expresses caution and strategizes on how to approach each situation. The player engages in a strategic evaluation of various rings and weapons, experimenting with their stats and effectiveness against challenging enemies. They consider using consumables, switching weapons, and even seeking external help. They showcase their analytical approach to overcoming obstacles, from contemplating armor choices to navigating hidden areas. Despite setbacks, they remain determined to uncover the best tactics for success. The video concludes with a mysterious and open-ended note, leaving viewers eager for more. So true. Okay, let's summarize a Fume Night video. Is that Fume Night Thursdays? What about this one? Oh, it's loading. Reload this page. Okay, how will it summarize a Fume Night stream? I've hit the rate limits. You have to purchase the premium plan to continue. I don't want to do that. We also need an AI that predicts your next stream based on previous streams. They should allow me to ask questions to it. Okay, let's use a different website. NoteGPT.io. I think this is the one I tried last time. Wait, this one I think you have to register. Maybe it wasn't this one. Summarize? No, yeah, it wasn't this one. YouTubeSummarizer.com. Go into this website so I can stay caught up on Paperbag without waking up at 2 a.m. Okay, size of summary, long. Please enter a valid YouTube URL. I sure will. Summarize. Something went wrong. Maybe video doesn't have a transcript. What? Okay, what about the first Fume Night video? What about this one? Paste. Summarize. Something went wrong. Video. Okay, this website doesn't work. Well, anyway, if you wanted to summarize streams, you could do that. Now, if I could train an AI on all of my videos, that'd be cool. Maybe that's a project I could look into. Does anyone know how to do these things? Is anyone familiar with large language models and how to train them on my own data? I could ask questions. I know how to do like vector search. I know how to type like something. You could convert the transcript into an embedding and put that into a vector database, and then you can query it based on search terms. But I want to be able to answer questions, you know? To be able to be like, what stream did I do this? What was I talking about on this stream? I guess we'll never know. Soon I won't even have to stream. He'll just use AI to stream for him. No, I'll only use AI for summary purposes. I've been interested in learning how to roll my own LLM, especially for my own Copilot API. I haven't looked into it too much. I think it'd be cool. Will AI Wolfie be more popular than AI Jesus? Is AI Jesus even popular? I've never even heard of him. Actually, no, that's not true. I feel like I did hear about that. It might have been on one of these streams, even. Oh, it was on Twitch, right? Were you the one that mentioned this some time ago? I vaguely remember this. Possibly also from a fishing stream. See, if I could have an AI that could answer questions about my videos, I could ask it, what stream did someone mention AI Jesus? I think it was you. Haven't mentioned him in a long time. Yeah, but you probably have. You know what? Maybe I'll set this up. I'll look into how to do this. It'll give me something to do in my free time besides just watching VTubers. And it could be useful. Then you could ask questions to it. You could be like, what stream did Wolfie talk about this thing? Yeah, I'll create it specifically to look up mentions of AI Jesus. Because I gotta know. But also, aren't LLM models like pretty expensive to run? You need like a lot of RAM and CPU for it. A lot of GPUs as well. Unless you use like a third-party hosted thing like OpenAI, they have some sort of thing for that. And considering how rarely I'm gonna use it, maybe that's fine. Maybe I will learn. I'm gonna learn some things. And then it'll be cool. It'll be so useful. It could be, what if we had a Discord bot? What if we had a Discord bot where you could at the bot and ask, hello Discord Wolfie stream bot, what stream did Wolfie talk about this? And then it would be like, hey, based on this information, you might want to check out this stream. You're like, you know, Wolfie Discord bot, I don't know how to play Picross. Can you find me a video where Wolfie explains Picross? And then it links to a video, and then you learn Picross. But it also depends on the accuracy of the transcripts, though. Because if you were to ask about specific names, right, you could be like, when was the first stream that this chatter showed up in? It might not have that, because the names don't often, when I say the names, sometimes the transcriber doesn't know how to spell your name, and then it can't search for it. Anyway, let's do New York Times connections. Follow age. What the? NY Times connection. Follow age. Followage. Okay, we're gonna play connections. We are going to connect. Let me stand up first. Let me stand up so that the screen is higher up. Okay, maybe that's too high up. Maybe I'll stand up like here. That is much better. Okay. Create 4 groups of 4. Blue pole, Cuban space, American. Okay, what about sandwiches? You think of sandwiches. A Cuban sandwich. That's a thing. Or a Cuban cigar, an American cigar. That's not a thing. Cuban sandwich. There's also types of cheese. Blue cheese. Swiss cheese. Jack cheese. American cheese. But it's not Jack cheese, right? It's like... Maybe it is. You know what? Let's try that. It is. That is it. Cheeses familiarly? Okay, what else? Cuban what? Cube in sandwich. We were talking about that. Cubed foods? Okay, what about Jeopardy? Space. Space. Hurdle. What's that? It's a hurdle. Pole. Isn't this like Olympic sports? Hurdles, pole, like the pole vaulting? Javelin? That's like it's like a thing, right? And then what? Wedge? Is wedge part of this? Maybe. It's not. 1 away. Hammer? Hammer. Hurdle. Javelin. These are like Olympic sports. Jeopardy. Jeopardy, the classic Olympic sport. Here, what about this? Hammer? Track and field equipment. They use hammers? I didn't know that. Okay. Jeopardy. Dutch. Kitten. Wedge. Kitten. Date. Stiletto. Is one of this like, hammer throws a thing? Okay, is this like maybe photography things, right? Dutch angle. Space, like negative space in a photo. Wedge, when you have a wedge in your camera. It doesn't make sense. Kitten. Stiletto. Stiletto. This is like stiletto is like high heels, right? It's like a thing on your heels, type of high heel. You could Cuban wedge. Space. Okay, what about words that if you took off the first letter, it's still a word? Space, that's pace. Date, that's 8. Wedge, that is edge. Doesn't work for the other ones. Jeopardy is epardy. Dutch is utch. Kitten is in. Stiletto. Stiletto. That's not even anything. Cuban is Uban. Uban. This one is hard. I don't know. What could it be? Space? The Cuban Missile Crisis? The Space Race? The Dutch something. The Jeopardy. The final Jeopardy. Kit 10. What is that? Kit 10. Wait. 10? 10, 8, 2. No, hold on. Right? There's 8. This is a numbers plus something. Kit 10, 8, 8. Ace. Ace is also a card suit. Right? Card. Space. Hammers for when you get last place, the competitor is beaten to death. No. Hold on. Is this something? 10, 8. Ace. But then what? But then what? The other ones don't work. Ban. Stiletto. Wedge. Edge. Kitten. Space. Date. Space. Stiletto. 2. Stiletto. 2. 2. Cuban. Dutch. Jeopardy. 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 Stiletto. It can't be. It can't be this. That was not one away, so it's definitely not related to that. Last two are hard. Man. Okay, what about this? Cub? That's an animal. Cub? Kit. Kit is like a little like a fox, right? It's like a baby fox. Still. Spa. Dat. When. What was it? Lack of experience in that field. Jeopardy. Wedge. Dutch. Stiletto. Let. Tile. It has the word tile in it. Space. You know what? I'm gonna give up. I don't know. I just don't know. Just give up. Wait, one away. Hold on. Wait a second. Kitten, stiletto, Cuban date. It's one away from something. What is in common with 3 of these things? Well, kit and cub. It's probably not it. Kitten. 10. Ban. Ban. 8. Leto. Jared Leto. Jared Leto. Want a hint? Yes, please. 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 Or you could tell me which one is not related to these 3. And then maybe I could be like, the other one's gotta be one of the other ones. It's hard. This game is hard. You also have a hint. Okay, tell me which one of these words is not related. Kitten, stiletto, Cuban, date. Gotta know. Or if you have another hint. Another hint that doesn't just give the answer. Probably figure out purple but not blue. Date is not one of them. Okay, what is in common with kitten, Cuban, and stiletto? Cuban... Kitten... Space... Date is not one of them. Okay. Oh, but then, okay, then 3 of the other ones must be related. Jeopardy. Yes, Jeopardy could be related to Dutch. Could be related to Wedge. Could be related to Space. Okay, if Date is not related, I'm just going to reveal the general theme of the other row. Maybe the other one is easier. Jeopardy. Dutch. Wedge. Space. Space. Pace. Pace. Could be the speed. Yeah, which, you know, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna give. Probably get. Okay, what is the other one then? What is the other one related to? Other row, some word plus word on tile. Second other row is some word plus word on tile. Some word. Final Jeopardy. Final space. In Jeopardy. In Jeopardy. In space. In date. Final space. Final Wedge. Final Jeopardy. Final Dutch. Final date. Jeopardy. First date. First space. Space. Space first. Some word plus word on tile. Some word. Space. Outer space. Outer wedge. Outer date. Outer Dutch. Outer Dutch. Jeopardy. In Jeopardy. I don't know what the heck what could be Jeopardy? Final Jeopardy. Double Jeopardy. Wait, Double Jeopardy. Oh shoot. Double Jeopardy, Double Dutch, Double Date, Double Space. Oh, okay. Double space like the essays. Okay, but then like what is the other one? Cuban kitten, stiletto wedge. Cuban ban 10 to edge. I don't know this one. Kinds of heels. What the frick? Cuban kitten heels? I know stiletto, that's a type of heel. Wedge? Okay, I can see wedge. Okay, yeah, there's no way I would have gotten that one. Pure skill check. Should have had wrestler. Wrestler heels? I don't know, this one's hard. Okay, let's do the mini crossword. Where Goldilocks is discovered by the 3 bears. Bed. 4 in your face? I don't know. 7, losing player in the Super Bowl? I don't know. Fly like a flying squirrel. Glide. Something Junho, director of Parasite? I don't know. Wicked. Evil. Jeans material. Denim. Second attempt? I don't know. Something a kid might draw with brown and tree. Okay, who lost in the Super Bowl? All of us. Losing player in the Super Bowl. Vikings. The binder. The winner. The whiner. 5 down. Second attempt. Niner? The Niners? Oh, the 49ers? Is that a thing? In your face. Overt. Second attempt. Redo. Okay. Yeah, there's no way I would have gotten the sports one. Also, thank you, Zully, for the Prime. A heel in pro wrestling is a oh yeah, a heel. That makes sense. This guy didn't watch the Super Bowl. I don't even know who was in the Super Bowl. All I know is that Taylor Swift's boyfriend was in the Super Bowl. That's all I know. The other teams, I don't know who they are. Okay, what about Guess the Game? I don't know what this is. Don't know what that is. Simply, oh, this is Don't Starve, right? Don't Starve. Which one? Which one though? Don't Starve. The first one. I got it. I know. They're dating now. Were they not dating? Yeah, football. Okay, what about what was the other website? GameDuel? Okay, GameDuel Classic. Is that... I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. Is that Contra? That's not Contra, right? Oh, is this, Gears of War? Maybe? No. Wait, what is this? America? I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. Contra? Oh, wait, no, I think I saw Northernlion play this today. This is Broforce. There's no way I would have known this if I didn't see his stream. Yeah, I did not know what this was. Broforce. Artwork. I don't know this one. I don't know. Is this Anno 19 whatever that game was? 1404. Pirates. Something with pirates. A One Piece set sail. Is this, what was the Assassin's Creed game? Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Skull and Bones. There's no way I would have gotten that. Black Flag. What? Skull and Bones. Nope. Alright, what about Time Guesser? What about Chrono Photo? The game isn't even out yet? Never heard of it. This one, I don't know, this could be... TVs look pretty old. 1954. 1966. This one gotta be... 19... I don't know, 1941. 1948, okay. Now this one's recent. This is in an airport. Maybe not that recent. Okay, everyone is masked up. Okay, not everyone. Many people are not masked up. Someone is wearing his mask improperly. Okay, this has gotta be like... It's gotta be like... After... It's gotta be like 2020. 2022... 2023. Okay, 2022. Close enough. We got yo Bao. Is this a HoloLive reference? Bao. This one. People have cameras, but not smartphones. I see. No, there is a smartphone. This has got to be 2017. 2016, pretty close. Time guesser is just you trying to recognize planes. Time guess pants. This one could be 1972. 76, okay. Alright, let's do time guesser. This one could be, I don't know. I don't know where this could be. Is this the UK? This is perhaps in the UK somewhere. London, 1972. It is London. No, it is London. 1977. Okay, this one, pretty old. This car looks pretty old. I don't know where this could be. Look at the signs. The signs, they have the word restaurant, but the other words are not English. Given this is pretty old, this old style of car makes me think of the 50s. Maybe the 40s. No, it's gotta be like 50, maybe like the 55. And this language, Denizbank. Something Taverna. Something Taverna. Don't know where this could possibly be. So I will say somewhere in Europe. Maybe in Slovakia. Istanbul. Oh, I was gonna guess it. We were talking about Turks. We were talking about Turkey earlier today. I was gonna, if I wasn't guessing this, I would have guessed Turkey. The heck is this? This is, something's on fire? Was this the burning of the, at the Vatican, maybe? Where's the Vatican? It's like it's near Rome, right? Spain. Rome. Italy. Where's the Vatican? I don't know. I don't know where the Vatican is. Does anyone know the Vatican? I'm just gonna say Rome. Not 1962. It's gotta be 2016. Spire of the Notre Dame. It's in France, okay. This one, also pretty old. It looks like perhaps maybe France? Or not? This looks like France. It's gotta be France. 1969. It's not. Is Bucharest? Congress of Racial Equality? It's gotta be like the 50s, right? Maybe the 60s? Maybe in like DC? Maybe 65? 63! 2 years off! Yo, that was a good guess. It was in Washington, D.C., 1963. Alright, anyway. I guess that'll be it for today. We have done many things. And now it's time to leave. National Chocolate Souffle Day. Ooh, Pancake Day. Memorial Day. Global Scoose Day. Inconvenience Yourself Day. Ooh, National Public Sleeping Day. National Customized Wheel and Tire Day. National Essay Day. Science Day. Vegan Lipstick Day. Rare Disease Day. US Snowshoe Day. Some people's birthday. I like National Pancake Day. National Pancake Day raid. You can post a pancake emoji if you want. Okay, my Twitch bookmarklet is working again. I don't know why it was broken last week. But let's see who to raid. Who's out here streaming? Many people are doing things. And we will raid one of these people. Let's see. Who to raid? Who to raid? Who to raid? What about this person? Can raid Denpa Fish. Doing some art. Okay. Who to? Why not Tauhu? Tuhu? I don't know. Okay, we're gonna send the raid. The raid is going. That's cool. Thanks for stream. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. I'll be back tomorrow with some more Dark Souls randomizer. And then on Friday, we got some more Picross, and then Saturday we're playing various games and art. And that'll be it for this week. That's cool. I am now going to sit here waiting for that raid to go. I'm gonna wait until that countdown. See, this is the strat. While you're waiting for a raid to go, you wait until this countdown shows up. It's gonna say 10, 9, 8, and that's when I'm gonna stop talking. Right, it's going. Soon it's going. Soon it's going. Okay, now, surely, soon, it's going to go. It's now going. I will stop talking. See you next time. Goodbye.